I'm ready to start the time when you are.
Okay,
Do you want to count me in?
I can count you in if you'd like.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Noops. I'm hosting reading donos for this run.
And I'm Astrious, and I'm running Disaster Day of Crisis. This is going to be a wild ride.
All right, we're ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go.
So this is Disaster Day of Crisis. It is a game that was made by the same people that made Xenoblade Chronicles, and it was released on the Wii before Xenoblade Chronicles. So this was the gem they pushed out before they made Xenoblade Chronicles. It is a action survival game centered around one very unfortunate man who has a very bad day involving a lot of disasters of the natural variety, as well as dealing with a very nasty organization that have way too many men with guns. And you, of course, in your typical action hero scenario, are
How am I supposed to do now?
basically John Wick. But so we'll go through that as we go through. This category is any percent new game. The game has a replayability where you can go through the game as many times as you want, and it retains things like weapons you've unlocked, stats, upgrades, so on and so forth. The only speedrun I ever saw of this game,
The hell?
when I researched it, was New
Split in
Game
two.
Plus, where he has all the weapons at max strength, and he has the suit, like you can change your costume. He has the costume that makes him basically invulnerable. And I thought, wow, that is very uninteresting, because all he does is just sit there and like shoot rocket launchers into every fight, and there's no tactics, there's no logic. So I decided I wanted to do the new this mode instead, and I routed it all from scratch, and I'm very proud of it. But I haven't put it on the leaderboard or anything. That's something I gotta do. But we're in what is this, the prologue, so this happens a year before the game's main events. It's just teaching you the I guess the action part of the game. There's 4 like modes of gameplay. There's these action bits. There's disaster mode, and then there's driving, and then there's like an on rails shooter, like Time Crisis style gameplay. The on rails shooter bits are the bit where I'm going to be able to make or break the most amount of time. This is a disaster action scene. It involves a lot of waggling, so you're gonna see me like shaking my chair a lot.
What are you doing? Come on!
And he brings his hand so high up to his head when he's running.
His running is very goofy, but thankfully,
It's the aerodynamics, right?
yeah, it's how you go fast. Oh no, I don't want to save. I don't want to save over my files. No. Sorry, I've been working on like my personal file because the Nintendo Wii I'm playing on is actually a new one. My old one, the one that we got, like my family got when I was a kid, unfortunately bit the dust recently, and with it, it took all of our save files from like all of our games, and I was devastated. And then I also realized that I didn't have a save on this game for this game has like shooting ranges. Several of them are just like for fun, but some of them also help you unlock like special weapons like rocket launcher and all these other things. And there's one you unlock when you beat the game. It's just called Space, and it's the it's Armageddon, but instead of putting people on the asteroid to destroy it, you shoot it down. So the game, like, you need like the best weaponry in the game because the asteroid has enormous HP, but it's just sailing across the screen, and you just shoot at it for like 3 minutes.
My leg got hit.
It's so dumb. This game's very over the top. So one of the main features of this game is you're
alright?
you're part of like a rescue crew, and you rescue people, or you used to be part of the rescue crew, and now you rescue people. I will be rescuing as few people as possible. That said, there is a donation incentive for this game, and I'll tell you when to call it. But there is a dog on a mountain, and it is an optional save. It doesn't take very long to save him, the dog, but I can walk straight past him and ignore him, and I walk past him twice if I don't save him. He's also one of the very few rescues that gives you more life, like that one just did.
Stay close.
So, you know, if you don't want to see that dog pass away, you gotta donate for it, or donate against it if you want to see the dog pass away. So now it's going to teach me how to do the on rails bit,
You might learn something.
and I'll explain how this combat stuff works. It's very simple. He's going to tell me to shoot at him, and then. So what I did was you can zoom in with the C stick, and it concentrates. But what it does is it doubles all damage, and that includes damage you take. Whoop. So what you'll see me do is zip in, shoot, and zip out. So that way I can get the double damage, but not take any double damage. It's also, you'll see me shooting people in the head. Headshots are much higher on the damage point than normal. And I'm going to be using a handgun pretty much the whole way. And the reason for it is the handgun has infinite ammo, like bonus ammo. All the other guns have like a limited supply of ammunition. And I'm going to be buying what's called the heavy handgun. So there's all these different other guns you can get. I have the regular handgun 1. I'm going to be getting handgun heavy, and handgun heavy
SRT is in bad
has
shape.
like a really small magazine, but hits like a truck. And since I don't intend on missing, I should theoretically not have any issues with it. And having said that, I will now eat my words. But that's basically that component of it. If I can maintain good combos early on in the game, I can earn more points faster, so I can
Lisa.
upgrade.
She's
I can
gotta be
obtain and upgrade the heavy handgun faster than normal, and that's good because the faster I can get the heavy handgun to max, the better. Because after it's maxed out, I don't have to go anywhere near that anymore. There's also rescue points, which are used to upgrade Ray's stats, like how good he is with guns, how quickly he loses stamina, and stuff like that.
Attack! Show 'em what Surge is made of!
This is like the ISIS crew.
What the?
Do not hesitate! Fire! Fire!
That we're going to be fighting off for the rest of the game.
When's it gonna end?
That purple thing that came up is like a weak spot. When I hit it, it does like critical damage.
Take this!
Oh, come on, man.
What a frightful scale!
There you go. It does critical damage, so then if you combine it with zooming in and actually hitting their weak spot, it's like 6 multipliers combined into one hit, and it just decimates them. Now, this is, you could almost say it's 2020 with how much horrible stuff is going on. But doesn't mean it has to be all bad, because I'm going to drop some sick hot facts about these disasters as they occur in the game, because I feel like we can be educational here. And the first natural disaster that occurs in the actual game is an earthquake.
Blue Ridge area has just now experienced a severe earthquake. Residents in the area, please stay calm.
So I'll hit you with some hot facts regarding that earthquake, or earthquakes in general, when we get to it. Gotcha.
Better be quick or I'll be in
Ooh,
trouble.
he's got him.
The SRT are almost all eliminated. Don't let your guard down.
You can shoot
Still here.
some breakable objects during the actual, like, these bits, and it immediately consumes the item. which is always good.
Aftershock. Better
So I'm
get
trying
out
not to
of here
land too far down because... Oh no, it's in the way. Dang it. The bookshelf decided it wanted to go a great distance down the stairwell as opposed to just gently. If I fall a certain distance, he'll like land like hard on his knees, and it doesn't hurt me, it just takes time. Did you know that the largest recorded earthquake in the world was a magnitude 9.5, and it was in Chile on May 22nd, 1960? That's fun fact 1.
It's him! Fire!
My personal favorite about this game is that they just refuse to stop.
Let him go!
They refuse to stop attacking you, even though there's like horrible natural disasters going on around them.
They're just dedicated to their jobs, you know. They've got a job to do, and they're gonna do it.
I think their in-game description is that they're actually like built to combat in like disaster scenarios.
Fire! Fire!
That's weirdly specific, but okay.
Attack!
So I'm not going to kill this guy
They're still
or
coming.
any of his comrades because I will get a lot of bonus points if I can break that. Because then this happens. There we go. So if you kill them all individually and not touch that explosive barrel, you just leave. But if you break the barrel, the roof collapses on them instead. And you get bonus points. Which is great, because I want bonus points. So the game's gonna, like, it's gonna tell us we can do all these cool things in between missions, but then not actually let us do it, so we can't buy weapons yet. That's not until the next level. We can't, like, upgrade Ray's personal skills yet, probably because we're not gonna be anywhere near skilled enough for it. But that's alright. Alright, so this is the driving section of the game. I'm gonna take my strap off, just because it's very difficult with the nunchuck attachment. I'll drop another fact. So, this game, the earthquake that happens is based on a real possible location for an earthquake that's situated in a position that, should it actually occur in real life, a massive tsunami would hit the US and wipe out Vancouver and Seattle and that section of the US.
The epicenter is near the city of Blue Ridge, and it looks like there is a great number of casualties.
So I'm not sure if
We don't
Blue
have
Ridge City
any
is an
further
actual
detailed
city
information at this
in
moment.
the
However,
US,
we advise that
but
area residents should
the
stay
notion is
calm
that
and take
this
refuge in
theoretically
nearby
could happen.
shelters.
It's worth noting that while all the game's events occur in the space of 24 hours, in reality, natural disaster chain events typically take days, weeks, months to proc each other off, as opposed to, like, hours. With some notable exceptions. You're welcome to do any plugging or donation reading if there is anything.
Yeah, only the cheeriest factoids for your 4 in the morning speedrun. We currently do not have any new donors, but just to reiterate who we are and what we're doing, we are Speedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. This event will raise money for Beyond Blue, a charity working to reduce awareness of mental health issues and reduce the stigma around these issues to help people achieve their best possible mental health. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ozspeedruns.com, or you can chuck !donate in the chat, and that will give you a link straight to it. We have a handful of really cool incentives, including one for this month, which is to save or leave the dog on the mountain. Currently, Save is leading with $107.02 versus Leave's $12.38. I would love to see some more moral relativism come up in the donors, because, you know, you've got to save them frames. forget the animals. Alright, that's me.
Ah, how convenient, because we have now finished the driving section. Good work. There's a number, like, a lot of the driving sections are very much chase scenarios, with exception to one, where we just get to listen to Ray monologue about his sadness. Mental health is a serious issue. Be sure to contact Beyond Blue, the charity we're raising for, if you have mental issues. And are Australian, I guess?
Yeah, Beyond Blue is primarily an Australian organisation. Yeah, it is important to understand that it's not weak to speak, and you have value whether you're here for days, weeks, months, or years longer.
Interesting fact about earthquakes. The deadliest fact of an earthquake isn't so much the earthquake itself, it's all the man-made structures that collapse, unable to handle the earthquake. That's typically what has killed people when dealing with earthquakes. If you're nowhere near any if you're nowhere near any like structures or buildings when an earthquake occurs, you don't really have much to worry about. So this game's going to teach me how to change weapons now. So I'm going to switch to the shotgun. And I'm going to keep using it. Because the shotgun's pretty good to use right now. Since all I have is the Ow. Stop. Stop.
We need support. Deploy the UAV.
It's pretty good to use until I get the heavy handgun.
UAV is on its way.
Just go. Stop it! I have organs that don't need to be shot at. Now I swap to the minigun handgun because he's gonna shoot a rocket at me. And then I can shoot him. So yeah, much like in Time Crisis, they can shoot rockets at you, and if you're hiding, the rockets still hurt you if they land correctly. So you can shoot them out of the sky. Hey, mouse.
Time to turn up the heat.
So the game said that this earthquake was a 9.0 on the Richter scale, which is a massive earthquake. It's a very dangerous earthquake. A lot to do with the way the game handles waves of enemies. It's not so much kill all the enemies next set and come up. It's actually like certain enemies are tied to their predecessor, so if you kill a specific enemy, his combat will leap out to like fill his spot on the map. With some exceptions, obviously, where they wait for the full wave to be completed. I'm trying to be cautious with my weapon. Yeah, he's gonna swing at me. I'm just gonna shoot him in the face. What do I have? One more interesting fact about? Ah, yes. So the Richter scale, like the 1 to 9 plus notion, for every increase by 1 in magnitude, there is a 30-fold increase in the energy released and a 10-fold increase in the amount of shaking that is experienced by the people on like the epicenter of it. And there are, it turns out that Richter scale notion, that 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold like increase is actually applied for most natural disasters in the way that they are like categorized.
Eliminate all obstacles.
So, you know, ballsy to be shooting it with your shotgun from way back there, man. Come on, big trick.
Going in.
You can shoot ammo crates, which which immediately refill your gun's ammunition, both the current magazine and the reserves, which is very useful if I were to actually take the time to plan out where it was in a like a fully planned, prepared scenario. I'm just using the excuse that I was asked to do this 2 days ago, so I hadn't had much time to practice the speedrun. But in the planned speedrun, I would have times for every reload in the game, because obviously the limited magazine is quite a serious issue. It's actually the most limiting factor in my damage per second. Oh, pardon me. If I'm able to time it where I reload when there's no one that I can realistically shoot on the screen, and also actually land my shots, then I can continue it. Obviously, the combo on the right increases the amount of score I get per kill.
Don't leave your post. Copy that.
I think a headshot does more damage as well, like a slight bit of, sorry, it gives you more points. Of course it does more damage. That was never to be debated. But yeah, so that's another reason why you want to do headshots across the board. I think killing an enemy with a critical attack or like a special, like the exploding barrels and stuff like that, also counts as like bonus, gets you more points. So
tactical roles directly in front of you.
they're so good, aren't they? A lot of these soldiers aren't exactly top notch. Let's just put it that way. The guns have a damage range. They do within a certain amount of damage each shot. That really matters now while I have the regular handgun, and it matters at the very end of the game when I have the heavy handgun, and some enemies have built up enough, like their HP increases every certain point in the game, as well as their damage. So like the handgun becomes a little less useful as time goes on.
He's here! Don't let him
But
escape!
we pick up a special weapon halfway through the game to counteract the decrease in effectiveness of the heavy handgun, just in time for its effectiveness to really kick
Out of
in.
my way!
Oops. Trying like fancy flick shots.
No, mate, if you're using CSGO, you need to stay in the lane a little bit.
Mate, I downloaded Valorant or whatever because my mates were like, "Oh, you should play Valorant," and I'd come to the realization that I am not an FPS shooter in any sense of the word.
Surge helicopter!
So I'm gonna switch to the minigun, the machine gun. One. There he is. Right. So that is an enemy known as the Shadow enemy. He never attacks. He has 0 HP, so any shot will instantly kill him. But killing him gets you a lot of battle points, because he's only on screen for like a second at a time. They're attacking me at high rates. He's the only one I can realistically kill, because I'm a bad shot, and also he's the
Okay,
only one that
let's
really
move
gives
quickly.
points when I need them, which is this early point in the game. So that's why I switched to the machine gun to really put bullets in him. I get titles based on things that I have done in the game, so everything from I'm gonna pay more attention to that. Everything from like how many people you rescue to how many people you don't rescue, how many times you jump, how many times you don't jump, like just how many hours you've played the game for, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to, oh no, there we go. So we're gonna, I'm gonna pump the magazine up and the power up a tiny bit, because now we have the best gun in the game. I'm gonna improve my skills. Oh no, wait, I've got too few rescue points. That's fine. I do, let's remember, it's 1, 2, and then 1, 1. There's a certain number of upgrades that I perform throughout the game, for Ray's actual stats. Most of them are focused around either the amount of ammunition that I hold or the amount of damage that I do with my guns. So, you know.
The subway has received severe damage. It can come down at any time.
We found him. Get
So
in
now that I've got
position.
my precious heavy handgun, I'm ready to deal some serious damage to people.
Getting close.
Contact! We're moving in! We're moving in! Keep your post!
No need to zoom in for most of these,
Don't let him on your attack!
as the heavy handgun is just so ridiculously strong that the game is not expecting me to jump on it so early.
Looks like most of the
So I get
passengers
all
have
the
escaped.
benefit of having a ridiculously strong weapon for this particular running guns section.
Kill him at once!
Yeah, you mentioned that it was good. I wasn't quite expecting the level of good that it appears to be.
What a tough son of a bitch!
Whoa, language.
Sure are tough.
Someone's
It's
hit!
very good.
Stop him!
That enemy that I just killed, the yellow one, he's meant to have a lot of HP. But because I've got the heavy handgun and I focus headshot him, it put him down instantly.
This earthquake, many fires have broken out, and the sky is now covered with thick black clouds. Many buildings have been destroyed, and even emergency vehicles have been immobilized.
I'm just gonna run through this fire because fire hot. It's possible to jump the fire, but it is very difficult. And I've only done it like once casually. Yeah, so case in point, I can't quite make that jump, it's very tricky. So there's a person in there that I'm not going to save. A lot of the people that need saving are like, they ask for one of your consumable items,
What a mess in here.
and you just give it to them and they're like, oh thanks, and then they leave. And that's the rescue. They were just hungry.
He's here! Don't let him escape!
So that's the room where I got the key. I would not be able to go through because of the rock, but they're like, ah, I've got 3 people, so I'm gonna push through it anyway.
Fire!
Call for
It's very
backup!
rude. Oh, I chipped him and hit him in the elbow. Unfortunate.
Cover me! Copy that. I'll take cover.
That guy is actually an optional. That's an optional kill, because once he leaves that room, he's vanished, and I'm pretty sure he's the guy that's like, okay, I'm taking cover, and he just runs away. So bad. So, I guess I should talk about the plot of the game. Nah, it's fine. At the start of the game, you saw that there was 2 of us running away from the lava. That other guy was my best friend. His name was Steve. He died in that natural disaster at the volcano, and he gave you his compass to give to his sister, should something ever happen to him, and something did happen to him. But you were so racked with guilt that you didn't give it to her, and it's been a year, and then suddenly
Okay.
you find yourself being
Count to
tasked
3,
with
we'll lift
dealing
together.
with Surge,
Got it.
and you find
1,
that she's actually been kidnapped
2,
by them.
3.
And so you decide that this is your chance to like make amends with Steve and give her the compass,
This
but
is
also
it.
save her.
You lift
But
the debris,
mostly give her
and
the
I'll pull it up.
compass.
Yes,
And so that's why you're pursuing
1,
these people.
2, 3. Good. A bit more.
We've come out after the earthquake. Obviously, a lot of people are very hurt, injured, and dying, and that's the mayor that we just helped save an innocent man with. And people are scattering and whatnot, and you're like, I need to really do
Fire
something about
everywhere.
this. And so we're going to do stuff about this.
I'll be burnt to death if I don't do something about it.
There's a lot of people to be saved in this area. There was a person underneath the stairwell just before I ran up. They have a heart attack as soon as you speak to them, so if I never speak to them, they never have a heart attack.
Hey, you!
Hey, you too. They're up in the building to the left. They presumably burned down.
Expanding the flames and rapidly growing in size.
It's fine.
Even been reports
Fine.
of fire tornadoes We advise that
You're
everyone
really
use
looking after
extreme
their own
caution and find
interests.
shelter
We don't want to be
immediately.
causing heart attacks here.
We gotta say the flames. So a firestorm has broken out. A firestorm is a
Here comes trouble.
fire so intense it has its own like wind weather system, which causes it to become basically a tornado, but it's made of fire.
Turn up the heat. Centralize the firing power.
I'm trying to snipe the blue one. Give the rubble the old Chris Redfield, pretty much. Wait for it.
I've been hit. Hold your ground. Vehicle is damaged.
Oops, did I do that?
Down. There's no time to waste. Go get him now.
So yeah, the critical weak spot plus me hitting the person on the top, which is the weak spot of the truck, plus zooming in meant that I did basically ×8 damage.
What the hell are you doing? Get rid of him quickly.
He's shooting me, it hurts. I'm just gonna sit tight because he's gonna ram me. Tires. And then he's like, oh no! And then he's dead. So I just shot down 2 UAVs with a handgun. And utter absurd things is this video game.
No, it makes perfect sense. You know, it
That's
happens all the time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Damn it. There's fire everywhere.
Perfect realism,
get out of here
honestly.
fast.
Like, this is practically just a one-for-one with the reality. You know?
Identical. This is exactly how it would go down. So I need to escape. And the game's like, go look at that car, and I've got a minute to do it.
Oh no. I better move faster. I'm gonna get baked alive.
So I'm gonna do exactly that. Oop, that's a post. I'm trying to stick to the right because if I jump over the left, there's actually a like a plume of flame that's coming out of the wall that will set me on fire, even though I cleared the
Here
floor.
it is. Hopefully this will work.
So now I have to sit here and waggle the Wiimote to turn on the car.
Quick or I'll get charged.
And as with any good B-grade disaster film, you gotta push it to the last minute.
Damn it.
The height of interactivity.
One more go.
The height of suspense too.
Damn it. Not much time left.
If you spent less time
damn it,
complaining
come on.
about the fire and more time turning the key, we would be okay. Good thing I didn't get into
Don't
that
panic.
car.
It actually works. Now that's what I'm talking about.
And then I drive off.
Did you know that your car actually works?
My car. It works? No, oh come on, I double tapped down like a sill. Alright, buy and upgrade weapons. Let's go back to the handy handgun. There we go. And now I'm also going to improve skills, improve firearms, simple now. Go to the next stage. So, I got a shooting range ticket, as I mentioned prior. There are 3 that you unlock that are just for fun, I guess, for points. And then there are several that I can unlock. If I speak to, there's a particular man you'll see that's like wearing an orange vest and has like a cane. If I speak to him in whatever level I find him in, he gives me a ticket. And if I complete
fire's
that
here
firing
too.
range, I unlock
There's
the
no other
weapon that
way.
it uses.
Just have to keep going.
So one of them's like throwing hunks of rock and like rubble and trash at things. Another one's a rocket launcher, and then a bow gun, and so on and so forth. So this is a level of which there is no shooting whatsoever, and I have to save everyone in order to complete this level. And the reason I need to save everyone is because there is a firestorm that is barreling towards this now what is effectively a death trap. There it is, there's the firestorm. It's pretty close. This is when the game teaches you about the premise of calling for help, calling to ask if anyone needs help. It would have been helpful in the previous level, in the sense that there are people that you can miss in the previous levels that I've already missed, but we're not worried about rescuing everyone.
We don't do something, we'll either burn to death or suffocate.
This firestorm, firestorms are typically caused when a large number of fires are started in a very dense area. So for example, a city, and like are usually typically triggered by earthquakes because it sets many fires off in a city all at once, and then those fires create their own weather system that causes a firestorm. So we've saved 3 people, if you include the old couple as 2 people. I'm going to try and push the bus out of the way.
Just a bit more. Can we make it? Now!
But we need more people.
1, 2, 3, now!
This is reminding me of that old kid story where you learn the value of teamwork because there's a giant radish, I think, and everyone in the town lines up to pull it out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you now
With
from the far
weird references.
The fire is already starting to spread.
Half past 4 in the morning.
I don't know how long it will last.
Same.
However, I will keep broadcasting until the escape route
The
is
fire
completely
on the
off.
ground is like,
They seem powerless
it,
at the base of
it
their natural
feels
capacity.
random,
We are not.
and I can't see it properly, so I can't properly jump most of it. And then, like, sometimes it looks like I cleared it, but I get set on fire.
Please don't forget that.
It may have looked like I just wasted time speaking to that lady, but I needed to speak to the lady so then I could talk to, because she's like, save my brother, and then you go to this door, and somehow without seeing this man or being told his description, you know he's the brother. So you mention his sister, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll come out. And now you can go back and save the girl. Because she's like, no, I'm not going anywhere without my brother. And that's not the first time that Ray has apparent clairvoyance into who people are related to. So he says, "Oh yeah, you know, we need to make sure we have as many people as possible. There is a woman and her child near where we started that refuse to come with you until this happens, and then like you have to have saved everyone, and then they're like, okay, we'll come with." I'm gonna eat this big burg. Delicious.
His method of eating is more akin to how a toddler just sort of attacks everything with their face.
He also you can also find like comically oversized cans of like soft drink. He just cracks it and downs it in one hit.
Let's do it!
Let's do this
What
together!
an absolute gun.
He's a champion. Firestorms are typically so hot that if you were inside one, you would melt, because anything that can catch fire would catch fire.
1, 2, 3, now!
What typically stops a firestorm is because it's obviously sucking in anything that comes near it and then setting it on fire. When it runs out of things to set on fire is when it stops, because the temperature inside the storm starts to drop to the point where it can't maintain the wind system that it has inside of it. Oops. And that's how firestorms come to stop typically, and then it just becomes many, many, many large fires. So now we've found... Thank you for Firefacts. Anytime. This is an educational stream. So yeah, now we've discovered Surge is driving along, and we're going to chase him on the big bridge in Blue Ridge City. If you have any time, anything you want to plug at this time, it's plenty good.
I reckon we'll do a little plug of our incentives. So we have the incentive for saving or leaving the doggo later on in this run. But we also have a Hearthstone League of Evil Last Boss showcase that is just under $100 away from being complete now. We also have a bid war for the category that Untitled Goose Game will be taking place. There'll be either 2 players, 1 controller, any percent glitchless, or 100%. Currently, 2 players, 1 controller is leading by roughly 3 times 100%. That's quick math. Don't trust that. And then we also have Fantasy Zone as a bonus game, which is not anywhere near being complete because we have some excellent donors beforehand. But you know, if you are looking for something to donate towards, chuck in ! incentives. Did I spell it right this time? I did, good. Then you can have a look at our little document and find something that you would like to donate towards. There's file names, there's character names, there's all sorts. So have a look around and browse to your heart's content and hopefully donate some money to this awesome cause.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but behind him is a tsunami. So that earthquake triggered this tsunami, and as was the secret spoiler at the start, was how if that earthquake that this is based on happened in real life, it would trigger a massive tsunami. This is the tsunami it's talking about.
This is what you get for interfering with us. Now take this.
Yo, Geo. Thanks, Techman, nay underscore. Oh, Surge won't die, but you are. Got him. And then he hucks the gun to the side.
That's how they teach you to die in boot camp, you know. So if you're gonna die, make sure you throw your weapon as far away from you as possible.
Obviously for action games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all for the spectacle of the dude who shot you. You know, they need to feel good about it.
So, tsunamis. Tsunamis aren't typically one wave. They're actually what's referred to as a wave train, where multiple tsunamis attack as if it's sentient. They strike in intervals of. They could be separated by as little as 5 minutes, or by as much as several hours. Obviously making them quite deadly because you will have experienced the horror of one tsunami and then you immediately bombarded with a second tsunami. The first one isn't always the deadliest in that regard. When tsunamis are traveling along the... oh wow, I got through that in one hit. That's actually kind of tricky because the red like warning indicator only works if you're actually driving towards the vehicle. So if you're swerving too much, you could swerve into a vehicle and the game won't tell you because naturally you're like not aimed towards it. Tsunamis, when they are typically triggered by a large displacement of water in the ocean. Like, for example, an earthquake. Earthquakes are very typically the cause of tsunamis. When they're traveling underwater, they travel at an extreme speed. Like, they can cross entire oceans in a day. Very, 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 very quick.
I'm here to help.
But when they're traveling across water, like the ocean, because of the way energy works, they're actually barely a meter high, but they're several kilometers long. And so ships don't notice tsunamis passing underneath them as a result, because they would see it as just the rise and fall of the tide. But then when it reaches shallow water, all the energy causes the width of the wave to shrink dramatically and the height to go straight up because the energy's got to go somewhere.
Tsunami. Should be alright now that I've come this far.
Yeah, so now I'm scared of water, so thank you for that.
The most common way to tell if a tsunami is about to happen, and this has been sort of, I guess, popularized by TV, is if you see the tide suddenly recede a large amount, that means that the tsunami is building.
Oh, this
You
ain't
can
good.
also see the opposite occur, where the tide suddenly rises a large
There's no
amount.
other way. Just keep going.
Those are the two, like,
Maybe there'll be
they're meant to be the giveaways. One of the major tsunamis that happened in more recent memory, apparently what caused a lot of the fatalities was people
Okay,
running out
use
to the
this to
beach to
clear the
see
way.
the tide peel off, because it was just something they hadn't seen before and they didn't realize that it was a tsunami. So this is like, I have to fight my way through the fire to get through it. When the cursor turns red, there's a fire there for me to extinguish. I may be too far to actually hit it, though. Some fires take multiple hits. Like, and they also shoot these like little fireballs on the side to try and attack me. It's very silly. Oh, just too far away.
I've got to keep moving.
People have said, witnesses who have survived a tsunami have said that tsunamis sound like freight trains. Which I found to be very interesting. My stamina is being sapped because it's too hot. There we go. The speed, I have it written here, the speed at which tsunamis travel in the ocean is up to 80 kilometers per hour. 800 kilometers per hour. It's very quick. Tsunamis are typically deadliest for their speed at which they hit the person. A tsunami, the mere height of half a meter, could knock over a full-grown man with little effort. The biggest tsunami ever recorded was, this is in feet, 1,700 feet, and took place on July 9th, 1958 in Litua Bay, southeast of Alaska. That sounds very large. I don't know feet, I'm Australian. I'm not fuss regarding the flames, they're like, it's like a pulse fire extinguisher. Also, the tsunami has now made it into the subway. And now I get a new feature for my running, which is to go faster.
I just did the maths. 1,700 feet is 518 meters.
Oh, that's very tall.
Yeah, far out.
There is a max speed where, like, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you can't quite reach the top anymore, and that's when he looks like someone who is actually attempting to run away from a disaster as opposed to someone who's doing a goofy run. Oh god, I keep doing that. I keep making the mistake. What else is there about tsunamis? That's pretty much it for all of my cool facts. Tsunamis typically slow down a large amount when they hit the shallows, typically around the 100km/h mark. Oh, that's unfortunate. His rocket did not target the control. Okay, set on fire. You know, I mentioned I was going to probably need to go to the toilet. That's right now. I'm actually already 5 minutes ahead of estimate, so I'm gonna go to the toilet.
Okay, well, while that's happening, I'd like to thank you all for tuning into the Australian Speedrunning Marathon. We're all incredibly humbled to have you here. Just to remind you all of who we are, we are Oz Speedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity working to raise awareness of mental health issues and reduce the stigma around them in order to help people achieve their best possible mental health. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ozspeedruns.com or chuck !donate in the chat, just like that, and it will bring up a donate link. We have a large list of incentives for the rest of the speedrunning marathon. I forgot how to speak. Yes, there's a large list of incentives. You can go to incentives.ozspeedruns.com or you can chuck in !incentives into the chat. And oh dear. Save or kill the dog. There's going to be a dog on a mountain that you can have a save or not save. Currently, save is leading at $107.02 versus leave, which is at $12.38. Yeah, so currently we're watching P%. He's well above world record pace right now. And
I'm back.
He's back.
Now, Shiny said that I factored this into my estimates. I unironically did. I 100% factored this into.
That's excellent.
Because I know that in the early mornings, I tend to need to go to the bathroom suddenly and without warning, so it doesn't matter when I go to the toilet, it's like, haha, this is happening when I say so. So I was like, better prepare for it.
That is, that's smart. I'm now going to mute my microphone for an inconspicuous reason.
Lucky. I have to make sure that I don't take too much damage, because damage is not good. I also kept that bullet for exactly that reason, because I don't want to accidentally miss out on my chance.
What an annoying son of a bitch.
Just gonna shoot these for a bit of pointer. He's gonna come back. Yeah, I don't know why he shoots those rockets. They're very non-threatening. There we go. So having him produce those 2 weak spots is critical for this speedrun to actually go in any sort of like reasonable time frame. Because otherwise that fight takes a very long time. If you were paying attention at the start of the run, you may recognize this area. Because we've actually come back. The sewers was the area we had been in before, but we went through it backwards, and now we're back on the streets, the same level we were in, but backwards. And the helicopters mysteriously left us alone.
Where's the helicopter? Is it gone?
I mentioned that this game has like a replayability factor, embedded in it, with the whole like being able to restart you're able to restart the game with like improved stats and all that kind of thing. The game also has this thing where you can like when you replay a stage that you've already played before, it scatters around as signs all throughout the level. Collecting all of them gives you a boost in the points used to upgrade your character. And some of them are really well hidden, and some of them are also in awful spots. So the second tsunami is coming through, and I have to physically outrun it. I don't have a car this time.
You know, just the normal everyday activity of outrunning a tsunami. You know, those 800 kilometers.
I don't think this one's moving that fast.
Yeah, that's all enough.
Alright, that's max speed, because that's the kind of running I would be doing if I was fucking sprinting from a tsunami. Whoops, right there. That's alright, I was intending on donating after this run.
I think at 5 in the morning, an accidental flare is okay.
I don't know what happens if you fail it. I'm pretty sure you just fall into the small pit that presumably the tsunami, like, clears as well.
Yeah, it's just going so fast that it just goes over the top, and then you get a little bit of water for your hydration, and then you have a little wholesome life in the little crevice, and then you die of old age. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to implement that extra point of power. I'm a little concerned just because the next fight's very annoying at the start. It's annoying at the start, and then it's also the worst boss fight in the second part of it. Ugh. What's next on my... Oh yeah, that's the next bad thing that happens in this game. I'm gonna keep that as a secret. Unless you've seen this game before, in which then you know what's gonna happen. I just need to not, like, swim into things, so it's a simple 2-part quick-time event. This game likes its quick-time events. I don't blame it. I like quick-time events too. That's why I'm playing this video game. So now the entire city is submerged.
I made it. But
It's a lot of water.
survivor.
That is a survivor, Ray. Good observation.
The streets have been swallowed.
So I have to walk over here to trigger this to fall into the water,
The whole town's gone.
so I can then make this jump. There we go. Same thing with this, but I'm going to take this carefully. You can make that jump. If you stuff it up, it is a bad thing. Falling into the water isn't instant death unless you fall into the water, like down here. Because down here there's nothing left to grab on, so your character just sails off into the distance and you die. But we've come all the way down here to look at this individual. He's in a bad situation.
He isn't last much longer. Better hurry.
That's a very bad situation. So now I gotta climb all the way back up to save that that individual. Now, for some reason, I can't rescue them until I've seen that person needing help. So that's why I largely ignored them. So I'm gonna take this path, and then this way, and this way. Shortcut! Oh, that was scary. Oh, you're meant to be doing this when you're going over that, not full speed. Alright. Okay, game.
You alright?
So I need to just, you know, use the infinite amount of water I have on me to wash away the dirt so I can then apply a bandage. Because I have a really large first aid kit on me. So we've only saved this person for the ring. But, remember how I said Ray has, like, clairvoyance? She's gonna talk about the person that we're trying to save. You're going to save my boyfriend with it. I'm sorry. What? How can you tell who it is up there? I don't know who it is. I didn't even mention the gender. I just said there's someone out there that needs help. And you're just like, my boyfriend? So, I don't know. But apparently Ray has clairvoyance.
I think what's happening is she's been single for long enough, and you reckon helping someone to save your life would be a pretty good in.
Jesus. I don't know how this game portrays that. The reason why I wasn't going full speed on my way down is because if I fall too, there's a lot of points where I can fall too far, and I do like the stunned land. So I deliberately would go down in small sections to stagger that effect out. So I save him and then immediately fall into the water. I'm also running out of stamina, but that's fine. Having the stamina does... It makes that noise, and then if you're moving, there are times where your character goes, ugh, and then that's about it. And I don't think there's anything else that it really does. I don't think it does anything. Alright, so now Gregory, the person who was in the helicopter, he's been obviously kicked out of the helicopter. And he's gonna fight us with his gun.
So the tsunami. What a persistent bastard.
Whoa, language. Oh, one of the cats has decided to join us. Oh, one more bullet. So you think putting like 10 heavy caliber bullets into his head would have been enough? Wrong. In this fight, if I shoot him, he will instantly kill me. If I shoot a grenade out of his hand without letting it first sail, it will kill me. So I have to wait until this happens. Also, my cat has decided to show herself. This is Riley. Riley, you need to not be on my desk, baby. You can be on, but you need to be not on the desk. That was an insanely good boss fight. Those things come out at like random intervals, and him pulling his grenade out is also semi-random. And there have been many times where I've like flicked up the box into him as he's pulled out the grenade, and it counts as you shooting the grenade from his hand, so he just kills me. Very rude. Very rude, man. Can I help you, cat? What is your problem? You right? What do you want? I knew this would happen because I'm the only awake person in the house, so the kitty is going to be like, Kitty, must be Kitty. Oh, cat. So we've recovered from all of this horridness. We've made it to, I guess it's the refugee spot. Hey look, it's the mayor.
Over there.
It's the mayor, the person we helped, who helped us help save that person. We're gonna give him that briefcase, which I think is the nuclear launch codes. Oh yeah, sorry, there's a nuclear warhead. You know, details. We found out about it coincidentally, and it is now a secondary objective. But I need a car to chase down those bad boys and go up to Mount Rosalia.
Oh no. Hang in there.
And I'm like, man, this car would be really useful. And then when I interact with it, this person has a heart attack. Cat.
He all of a sudden...
Can I help you, baby?
He has no pulse. He needs to be treated.
Thank you. Mwah. Alright, so now we're going to perform CPR. Counting with Ray.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Wake up.
Are you helping me perform CPR, Riley? She's usually not this cuddly. It's the other cat that's very cuddly. Isn't that right? You're more of a talker than you are a lover. You want dinner. That's what you want.
Hang in there.
Cats, I swear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So we need to get to 99.9. There it is. And we have now saved this man from his heart attack.
Thank you so much for saving him.
It's all right, but he needs further care. Make sure he gets looked at when the rescue team arrives.
Yes, sir.
So you know
Is
how
there
I was like,
anything
man, I
I
really
can do
need
to
a
show my
car? And
appreciation?
this person coincidentally had a heart
Don't
attack when
worry
I
about
looked at the car.
Oh, I need a car. Any idea?
Well, it just so happens that it's his car, and he's just gonna give me the
You just
keys.
made my day.
I love how so cool. How lucky is that?
How selfless of him, honestly.
Yeah, look, we did save his life. Also, when we go to
His
leave,
life, the world's currently ending, you know.
yeah, it's fine. We get given all of the supplies, which fills our inventory, which is good. It's good. So it's very useful for us.
Hang in there, Lisa.
That cat's not gonna stop bothering me all stream.
Mr. President.
Presidente. Look, this game isn't very realistic. Let's not dive into whether or not this game is portraying realism, because it's not.
They're right up here.
Let's just say that whatever I did to that man saved his life, and he was happy enough to give me his car, of which he will never see again.
Up ahead is the Surge hideout.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the most realistic game of
Am I
year it came out.
save Lisa?
2008.
She's just another
2008.
casualty of
It's
my
the most realistic
incompetence.
game of 2008.
So we
honestly, the Last of Us wishes it was this realistic.
Jesus.
I don't know why that was the choice I went with, but that's what I went with. Can you tell it's 5 in the morning, chat? Because it's 5 in the morning and I am
Letting her brother
tired.
die, and rightfully so.
Don't drive while tired.
can see it on
This
her
is
face.
a non-action driving section, so you can plug if you so desire.
Alright, let's plug some
Couldn't even give her the cup
neat
of Steve
dono
gave.
incentives.
It's
Because
a
we
game
have
I
no
failed
dono.
my friend.
Alright,
And there's no way I can atone for it now. Damn
What
it.
else have we got?
What's wrong with me?
For Summer Night 6, Lost Borders, there is a pick the
Rescue
protagonist
activities
bid war.
remain extremely
You
difficult
can
following the
choose
severe
between
earthquake that happened
Raj
this morning in the West
and
Coast region at
Amu,
8:34 a.m.
and currently Amu is
Nevertheless,
leading with
residents of Blue Ridge, where the tsunami had
$5.61
caused the most
to
damage, are joining
Raj's
efforts to search
0.
for survivors. Many lives have been saved as a result.
What else have we
And we're
got?
hoping that such solidarity
File
from residents will be
names
able to save
for
more lives in the aftermath to
Legend of
come.
Zelda Ocarina of Time Race. Currently, Poog is leading Mikami's file name, and Chomp is leading Trips. And both are being very closely followed by My Dude and Darms, which are about $10 behind each.
Ooh, that's an easy pocket change snipe.
Exactly, you can just snipe it and do whatever you like. What else we got here? Another sentence was supposed to come out my mouth then, and it just didn't. I opened my mouth like I was talking and everything.
That's alright.
Where are we at? We're at the volcanic eruption. I think this is time to hand it back to you.
Yes, so the next natural disaster to occur is the nearby volcano erupts. Whether or not it's caused by the earthquake, we don't know.
Colonel,
But it's happening.
hurry up and get inside.
This particular volcano is, I believe, a phoratic eruption. You can Google whatever that means. That's just what the game calls it. It's a very destructive, is what I understand.
Don't let him inside. Go! Go!
Those rocks being flung into the air are called tephra, and they're very dangerous. Obviously. Ah, that was dumb. Tried to play stupid. now you'll reload if you don't miss.
Go to hell! You're for real, huh?
That was a body shot, but it still killed him.
Watch out for the cinder! Copy that! Place to be fighting! Burning shit!
Ah,
Get us all killed!
he's got a tiny head.
You just gonna let him through like this?
Another shadow enemy's gonna present himself in this level, but
On their way. Won't be long.
because I'm using my heavy handgun, the chances of me hitting him are slim. So I'm not gonna be too stressed if I hit him, or if I don't. It's whatever. You know. Get excited if I do. Ah, missed him.
Son of a bitch!
You don't get much of an opportunity.
Calm down! Be alert for falling debris and stay in formation! Running out of ammo.
Running out of ammo.
How the hell did he make it through all by himself?
With the power of
One
antagonism.
after another. Running out of ammo.
This game really likes its pro-tag power.
Running out of ammo.
No. He's gonna shoot a rocket at me. Oh my god, he hit the UAV. What? He can do that?
That's hard. I love that. Excellent. Good work. He was just helping you out. He's a good teammate.
I know you can shoot it like out of the sky, like the rocket out of the sky, and the shock can hit the UAV. But I didn't think he could just directly freaking hit it.
Out of my way!
That was so good. There's another UAV. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, he ducked like a tiny bit.
UAV destroyed! Roger that.
I'm bad at my flick shots.
Recovered. Do not expose yourself to the enemy.
I'm also forgetting which of the barrels has ammunition in it for those critically valuable free reloads. That's what Rust does to you.
What happened? Things aren't looking good. Annoying bastard.
They keep using naughty words.
Honestly, don't they know that this is a Christian speedrun marathon? We are here to
Family
raise money in
friendly.
the Lord's name.
What's that? We're here to raise money for mental health.
Yes, we're here to make a difference in the arena of mental health. Remember that it's not weak to speak, and any strides you make towards improving your mental health are going to be big leaps forward, whether a little chat or seeking serious help.
Reach out. Talk to someone. That person that gets crushed by the rock, you can actually save him. He's a savable person. But that takes too much time, so he's gonna die. We're gonna take the crank. Resident Evil fans can appreciate such a detail. Yes, Riley. She just like reached her paw out and touched my knee and then just put it back. Can I help you?
That means it's time to give attention.
You're a very beautiful little fluffy baby, yes. Why don't you go sleep with Mummy? She's in bed asleep. You should be too. Will you take the crank? Yes, no. I took the crank. I took it bad. She's like flicking her tail like angrily at me.
What a welcome! It's him! Fire!
My girlfriend's cat likes to pull my butt aggressively. Like I'll just be lying around on the couch or something, and it'll come up and just start real rapid fire like Rocky into my butt. It's an aggro cat. Well,
He's just showing how much he loves you, and he's also kneading your bum for appropriate bread making.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. I think he just hates that I take the attention away from him.
That's fair.
Reinforcements are on their way. Hold them off.
I'm expecting at one point the other cat that I have to present herself.
Enemy is straight ahead.
So we don't have favorites, but the cats have favorites. The cat that has shown herself that's sitting to my immediate right is actually my wife's favorite. Oh, sorry. He likes my wife the most, and the other cat loves me the most. But she also likes sleeping a lot, so...
Need to spread the love around. It's very important.
Ooh, wow. Them ragdoll physics. Yes, Riley. What can I do for you in these trying times?
Get out of my way. I'm going in. Cover me.
Copy that. Cover you.
Take this. Reload.
I'm gonna stay. Dad.
Persistent bunch.
Oh, I reloaded because I shook the remote. I'm trying to shoot correctly.
I think that's just called efficiency.
Far out. I don't know how I managed that. Pro gamer shoots with incorrect aim. That will come in use later. Because we don't need it right now. So yeah, the volcano is erupting. It's can you hit this man? Thank you. It's firing volcanic rock into the complex that we're currently hiding in. That doesn't matter. It's more important that we save our best friend's sister. Oh, and there's this professor that we're also saving out. You know, the details. So there's that. That's that kind of like falling down too hard thing. Very annoying. Gonna keep going, trigger the next combat.
Don't let it
Peekaboo.
through. Here we go.
Reload that gun.
Shit. There he is. Kill him.
Go to hell.
I like how they say that as they get killed, like almost every time.
Don't let him go.
Go to hell.
Just giving themselves preemptive instructions, you know. It's very important. Psych yourself up for where you're going.
Where's that old mate going?
Bit of cardio.
Man down. Man down. One man. I'm like John Wick at this point. This is like a mixture between every B-grade disaster film you've ever seen and John Wick.
Yeah, it's reminding me of the scene in Looper where the old dude just magically starts shooting everyone in this one little complex. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Saw 6, 5. One of them.
Man, you're just flicking between movies at this point.
I know. I am so tired that my obscure references are getting like too obscure for my own brain. But like in Saw 5 or 6, there's a dude who's working with police who's also a bad dude, and he gets found out and then takes a Super Mario freaking star power and just powers through a police station shooting everyone. And I don't remember if it's Looper or Saw 6 at this point.
I don't think it's Looper.
Seems like disasters like the Fox.
This here is Evans. We will be seeing a lot of Evans. He is the antagonist of this game. Not the natural disasters. It's this guy. Yeah, I'll talk about what I was just about to talk about later when it's actually relevant. I was like, oh, I'm gonna say something. Whew. Missed. Oh, up. Nonsense, poopy pants. So yeah, I have to just run to where he is, shoot him once, and keep moving in.
Hey, Ray! What do you think just happened right now? Is it cinders hitting the roof? Or a mudslide?
A mudslide. He's also very cocky. If you don't shoot him in this like quick draw moment, he will decimate your HP. Right in the head. Ooh. That's gonna hurt. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly do this. I don't trust myself. You only need to hit him once to trigger this cutscene. If you miss and he gets close to you, I think it's an instant kill.
Better get out of here before that lava swallows.
So, oh yeah, cutscene happened. The eruption has now caused the lava to reach the complex, so I need to get the hell out of here.
Lava's blocking my way.
The eruptions, much like the earthquakes, have a scale that like increases by the 10-fold, 30-fold that I mentioned at the start, and get categorized as such. This is on par with, if not worse than, the volcanic eruption that buried Pompeii, if my memory serves correctly. That person is dead. Ooh, that's a sound effect. So I'm gonna duck, jump, jump, jump. For some reason that one doesn't work correctly. I always have trouble with that quick time event.
Can't take much more of this heat.
Thankfully it gives you a lot of time to react, or else I'd be dead. 5 AM gang, rise up. True, true. Shoutouts to all my early birds out there. I'm gonna punch this door open, Chris Redfield style. I'm safe. That was really good. Because that level had so many combat sections on it, I can now upgrade my gun a lot. I'm obviously going to upgrade it to reloading. As much of the aiming as I can get. Ooh, I don't think I really need to worry about that anymore. Improve firearms. Alright. We're cooking now. So, we are now fleeing a erupting volcano. We have our car from before, and the path that we took to get up here is now the path we're going to take to get out.
Damn it. Lava's blocking
However,
the
we are
way.
going to be racing against Pyroclastic Flow. Pyroclastic Flow
Gotta hurry. I don't want
is
to get buried
extremely
by the
dangerous in real life, and also very quick.
Cinders
So
moving
it's
fast.
going down the mountain
Ready to get
directly.
hit by that.
I have to beat it at each of its intervals, and then the timer will reset to whatever time it's going to take for it to reach the next spot.
Shit, the rocks are everywhere.
Oh, careful. Ooh, that would have killed me. Oh, some of these are really like sketchy volcanic rock explosions. I'm taking this rather easy. If I was much more confident in my driving, I would be initial D drifting down these mountains,
Thick smoke can be seen in the distance
complete
rising
with
from the crater. Lava is
soundtrack and
slowly
all.
trickling down the mountain toward the foothills. Residents in the area should evacuate immediately. I repeat, if you...
No, it's blocked ahead. Turn left.
Just gonna turn. Yeah. No, we're good. Alright. So, big explosion, very spooky. Let's see. Pyroclastic flow, which is an avalanche of hot rocks, ash, and toxic gas that races down a volcano, can reach, when it hits an appropriate slope, can reach speeds of up to 700 kilometers per hour. This one, however, according to the in-game text, is chasing me at approximately 80 kilometers per hour? 80 to 100? It's pretty quick.
If I slow down, I'm gone.
Yeah, it's a light job.
Light jump. This racing section is actually really hard. There will be a point where rocks will be flying out of the sky. If they hit me, my car is immediately destroyed, and they can fly out of, like, seemingly nowhere. Oh, I gained some air. That's alright. You can be claimed by the pyroclastic flow for a few seconds and survive. It just deals a lot of damage to you. Just gonna drive through. Nice and easy. So yeah, the pyroclastic flow chases you over the bridge. Not sure how. Yeah. Just cause. It's very ambitious. Alright, so we've now escaped it. We can slow down a little bit. Which will be very important for this upcoming rock section. Oh. Alright, now it's back.
Still coming fast.
It's alright, just sit to the left.
What? Damn it!
Yeah, damn it.
No good.
Case in point. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, what? Stuff that. That's nuts.
One, if it nicks me, like just grazes past my car, it wipes me out.
Far out.
And there's so many of them. One of them like cuts across the entire road, like horizontally, and you're like. So now we're back to the start. So
Yeah, I'm gonna put it this way. I'm glad that you're running the game, and I'm just sitting here commentating and coming up with a random movie reference.
Google.
Which, by the way, I looked up. It is Looper that I was referring to. It's not a police station though. It's a like enemy compound of some description. And he just wanders through with a P90 and shoots everyone.
Jesus. You can, since we're catching up to where I stuffed up, you are free to do some plugging.
Do we have any donos? Okay.
Come on, guys, get some donuts in.
We are Oz Speedruns, here it is. We are Oz Speedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. This event we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity working to raise awareness of mental health issues and reduce the stigma around these issues in order to help people achieve their best possible mental health. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ozspeedruns.com, or you can chuck !donate in the chat, and that will give you the link straight away. Bam. We have a handful of really cool incentives this marathon, including one for this run specifically, where we save or leave a dog. Currently, Save the Dog is leading by about $80, and we're probably running out of time to... Oh, you died again. We're probably running out of time to...
Yeah, we're like 2 stages out.
Get any sort of change. So if you want to snipe that and make us kill a dog, then now is the time.
As this is like really hard stage. This is one of the stages I have padding for in terms of my estimate.
If I slow down, I'm gone.
So, the thing is that once I clear that like rocky bit, I'm good, because there's nothing else after that.
Yeah, it's just that one bit.
It's where it's particularly dangerous. You know? I don't like how that one particular break in the bridge is enormous. Makes it difficult. That's alright. There's probably a preset path I could take through this that would be safe every time, but I haven't actually done the math yet. I'm in science, as it were.
Still coming fast. guy's running dead for sure.
Oh, okay. Whew.
If I can get behind a slope, I might make it.
I think I'm okay. I'm gonna eat my words, aren't I? I can hear them raining around me. Oh no, I'm good. Whew. Thank Lord. As I said, it was at the end. Jesus. Oh, that sucks.
Far out.
I'm still.
Oh my goodness.
Still ahead of schedule.
That was excellent.
That's so ridiculously
I think that deserves some pog champs in the chat.
Can I get a P capital OG in the chat for the best FFZ emote? So now we're on Mount Reservoir. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. These like radio things, as well as all of my gunshots, can actually come from the Wiimote. However, my wife is sleeping, so I've decided against that and made it come out of the TV, which actually changes the voice clip's quality entirely. P capital O lowercase g. Sorry, my bad. That's on me. Volcanic ash, the kind we are breathing in right now,
too friendly,
is not like your ash that you would get if you burned, say, paper or wood. It's actually large amounts of like charred rock, molten glass, stuff like that. It's very, very, very dangerous. And it has a lot of long-term issues associated with it. Yeah, there you go. Good emote. The fragments that can be in the ash can be up to 2 millimeters across, which can do some serious damage to your lungs. Yes, this is extremely toxic as well. Very, very, very bad. So we made it to a house, and that house is going to have a character that we are going to be spending a lot of time with the next section of the game, effectively. The donation incentive to kill or save the dog is very closely reaching its finishing point. So if you want to create a moral quandary or just really secure that I save that dog, now's your chance.
It's time for the snipes. Here we go.
$100, kill that dog. Save the frames. So I'm just gonna steal this girl's stuff, including a lighter and a gas container. Because I'm a nice guy. Whoops. I'm gonna open this door. Basically, I think you have a conversation with her and you're like, we could stay here, but I need to be somewhere and I can't in all good conscience leave you here to potentially get in trouble, so I'm going to try and escort you off the mountain myself, which is admittedly a pretty dumb idea, but we're gonna just go with it because we're Ray and we don't care. But first we need to be able to open the garage door, which requires energy. So we're gonna just use that gas canister we stole to fire it up. Press the switch, apparently jump. He was T-posing. Whoops. Yeah.
Sometimes you just really need to assert dominance on a garage door button.
Sorry,
It's time to
I was
leave.
reaching for my
Are you
coffee.
ready?
And I smacked
Yes.
the microphone.
And this, I was
I'll never
thinking
forgive
about
you.
giving this to you before we
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. I'm too tired to commit to bits like this right now.
What's the bit? I don't get it.
Yeah, I've tried many times, but I couldn't get it
I love
working.
using
I
that
still
term
think you should take
bit
it.
for like comedic
Right.
sketches.
We might be able to use it once the ashes thin out. Let's take
That
it with us.
what I did, the sequence of
Yeah.
going to the lighter, going to the generator, going
Alright,
to the door.
it's time to
You
leave.
cannot do it in any other order, but the game leads you into thinking that you can. So it asks you to go to the switch, and you press the switch. It's like there's no power, so you. I'm not sure if a gas-powered generator
still
is common
daytime,
outside
but
of
already
the
so
US.
dark.
I personally can't vouch for it. I've been a city slicker most
Take it
of my
slow.
life.
We'll be careful.
Maybe someone in the chat can fill in, or
There's no more
you
road.
can, if you happen to have any knowledge on the subject.
Hold on tight.
Okay.
With this, this is pretty sketch in terms of I can have bad things happen if I don't pay
Are you sure
attention
it's
to this
okay?
driving bit. But it's otherwise fairly safe. This is the dangerous bit.
Please be careful, Ray.
The girl's gonna keep telling us to be safe and careful and whatnot, obviously, because her life is in danger too if we stuff this up, so...
Great. A river.
What should we do?
Drive right
Just like we have had a donor come in. As a $6 donation from Lazy Ass Pirate that just says, save the dog. So Save the Dog has extended its lead by over $100 now. So I have a feeling the RSPCA will approve what we're about to do.
Yeah, don't mind that I, like, flip-rotated the car several times. It's fine. It's fine.
It's completely fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No steering wheel accessory. I would have to pull it out. Like, disconnect the nunchuck and pull it out, and then plug it in every time I did a racing scene. So no, I'm gonna have to hit you with a no, chief.
Come on, please.
Oh yeah, like driving over that magma stuff would destroy the wheels, which you can clearly see has destroyed the wheels. And then, wait,
Damn. I think I pushed it too hard.
really? You pushed it too hard?
Dangerous. We got no choice. Iris, we gotta walk.
This game, I swear.
I'll go find a road. Wait for
So
me here.
this is the stage in which I save the dog, or
Be
kill
careful.
the dog, but I'm going to save the dog. I need to get to the dog first. Volcanic ash is constantly raining, and the little green trees are the only
Looks like the
non-ash
pyroclastic flow has been through this
filled
place.
point in the game. Something I didn't mention with the whole clearing your lungs thing. When I do the clearing lungs action, a circle will start to fill over the lungs on the top left. If I press Z again when it reaches the top, I will full clear my lungs instantly in one hit and get a little like bonus point for it. Otherwise, I have to keep doing it until it's cleared. If I have any ash in my lungs when I go into combat, I actually do reduced damage because my bullets, the velocity at which they
Looks like
travel
this
is
is the
directly
only way.
proportional to the amount of ash in my lungs. Inversely
go back and get
proportional.
Iris.
So the more ash in my lungs, the slower my bullets move, which means they deal less damage. Science.
I think I found a way out. Can you walk?
With those
Yeah.
like exploding pyroclastic things, I could kind of dodge them when I was able to move with decent speed. That is no longer the case, as I now need
dangerous
to
from
carry
here on.
Iris
I'll carry
across, and I can only move a certain speed. So if they spawn on me, I will 100% be hit by them, and there is not a single thing I can do about it. Like that.
What is this
There's
place?
very little I can do to escape it. If it
Pyroclastic
that's
flow
so,
is
this is
half
so
by.
rude.
The surface is cooled
Stop
down.
it, please.
Still very
They're not.
hot.
They've never been this bad.
You sure it'll be alright?
Don't worry.
No,
I'll protect
come
you.
on. Look at this. It's ridiculous. It's targeting me so much. Oh my god. Goodness, please. This is ridiculous. They have never been this aggressive. See, it's meant to be a bit more like that, where it's kind of like, oh yeah, whatever. Man, that Ash. Is this a horror game? No. This is an action survival game. I think that's the correct terminology for it.
I think the most appropriate descriptor is the Steven Spielberg War of the Worlds.
I'll go check it
It's
out.
every
Can you
B
wait
grade
here?
disaster film plus
I'll
Taken.
wait. Just please come back.
So I'm gonna. Alright, now I'm gonna go save the dog. I'm also gonna heal myself. The dog is over.
Yeah, she's coming down hard. We won't last long.
Just over here. There he
Staying
is.
what
Here's
a
the dog.
nightmare. The only thing we can do.
His name is Silverado. Eh. Yeah, the day after tomorrow, pretty much. So yeah, we saved the doggy, and now the doggy gets to run away, nice and happy, and I get bonus life for it. So you know, it's a pretty good deal. But that's time. That's time, thoroughly wasted. I have been spun around. Yes, I have been. Thanks, game. I forgot that it faces you away from the correct destination. Here we are. I have to like climb up and around, drop down, look at the campfire, and just be like, that's a campfire that has been thoroughly destroyed. Fascinating. But then I walk across, and I find a railroad.
Railroad track. How am I gonna get down there?
But then I also find something vastly
Iris must
more
be
important.
anxious. I better get back.
So now I gotta go all the way back to where Iris is, but I come across a particular forest friend that we met before. It's the bear! This bear's hecked off. Gun.
Hey,
Alright, I didn't kill the bear. Bear's okay. Okay? Bring back the DDR pad. Dude, I cannot put any justice to that thing like Peking Boo did. I am sorry. I also don't have nearly enough room on my floor. So I'm just going to quickly refresh my oxygen and ash content. So there's the dog spot again. I would have passed it twice. So if you had killed the dog, you would have had to see me walk past it twice. So this is where Iris is meant to be, but she's not there
Iris,
because
where are you?
small children do not listen to instructions of adults, and she just ran off. Very silly. The bear is back. So it wants round 2. 2 quick ones. 2 quick ones. Puts him back. I was gonna say put him down, but that's incorrect. Did it? Just gonna navigate. I gotta like physically map out this area because it's very confusing. I'm also going to clap my lungs. There we go. And now I have to actually put the bear down because the bear won't leave me alone.
it doesn't look like he's gonna leave us alone. I don't have any choice but to bring
I'm
this
sorry, but the dog had to live so the bear could die. Wow, that hurt. See, I thought his health bar vanished, so I was like, I've killed him, but it hasn't triggered yet? That's weird. Alright, Iris is over here.
Thank God.
I don't know why she went over here.
Are you alright?
I'm okay. Sorry, I wanted to see if you were alright, but I lost direction and...
As long as you're alright.
But look, I found a railroad track. I think we can get down from over there.
So she did actually help us. She found a way down to the railroad track. So, you know, whatever. We can forgive her for now.
I think you're right. Good work.
In order to get down from my ledge, I have to interact with her, not the ledge. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Because if I try to interact with that spot on the ledge, it doesn't work. Like, there's no prompt. Run all the way through.
You alright, Iris?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, let's move quickly.
We did it. Dog has been saved. Extra health has been gained. All is right with the world. This next bit, there's going to be a combat section where I'm going to... It's going to look like I'm sandbagging in terms of time, but there's a very important reason for it, and I'll explain when it starts happening what it is that I'm doing.
It's so high.
Basically, I mentioned initially that the heavy handgun, whilst very, very good, slowly loses efficiency over the course of the run. And then towards the end, with some of the more lengthy boss fights, it's just not high enough damage, particularly since it's 6 bullets to a magazine, so you shoot, reload, shoot. It's slow.
Damn it. Iris, go back and hide by the slope.
Hey,
What?
look, that little bit of HP might actually save my bacon in some of the later levels, because they get a bit toasty. And I don't mean that in the lava making style, I mean, like, it just gets real hairy. So apparently, this helicopter is patrolling this area for reasons. And it happens to be part of Surge, the terrorist organization I've been fighting this whole time. So, you know, just my luck.
Oh, shit. Looks like I have no other choice. They must have gotten me separated from the rest.
Want to fight us under these conditions? Tough
I do not have
bitch,
no
huh?
control.
Buried the hellhole like this.
But don't stress, chat. I have spare batteries in front of me. Oh no, they actually do mention the distinct lack of issue with the ash. They mention it in this phase.
Hey, is the system intake running properly? No problem at all. This does prove specification. It'll last for a while.
Ow. Yes. So there you go, it's a helicopter designed to handle this scenario.
Visibility is poor.
You can, if I didn't miss, I think I missed 2 shots, if I didn't miss either of those shots and rolled fairly high on average, I would actually be able to phase change the scene. Right. So from here on out, I'm going to do something very specific. This looks like a Dreamcast game. Close. Nintendo Wii. You know what, with the Wii remote. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to deliberately shoot down 12 rockets from this helicopter. And I'm not going to shoot him when he drops the weak spot after 6. All of the bosses in this game that throw something at you or shoot like a shootable object at you, like Evans with the knife, Gregory with the grenades, this helicopter with its rockets, if you shoot down 10 of them and then kill the enemy, you get given a special weapon related to whatever it was that you killed. Doing this costs me 15 seconds, but gets me the rocket launcher, which is it gets me a special rocket launcher called Volcano, which is
Iris!
the highest
You all right?
damage dealing
Yes.
rocket launcher
How
in
about
the
the
game,
helicopter?
but it only has one
Those are people we
magazine,
don't wanna see.
so I can only
Too
hold
bad
like
it wasn't a rescue
5
helicopter.
bullets with
Why'd
like
they
max
attack
stats.
I have to fight them to
But
save
it's
someone
incredibly
important.
important for some of the later
Unfortunately,
boss
it's not
fights,
going
because
so
then I
well.
can just end them
Right.
prematurely by shooting the
Sorry that I
rocket
scared
into a
you.
crit spot, and
Everything
then
is
it's
all right now.
777
Let's get
damage
going.
multiplied
Okay.
God knows how many times, so it deals like thousands upon thousands of points of damage. And that's something I routed in instead of the other option being buying and leveling up the assault rifle tier 3 and shotgun tier 3. Means I have to do less menuing for the weapons. It also means I need to worry less about those things, and my combat performance in later levels isn't as important.
This looks like a place for storing timbers. The path must be up ahead.
Timbers. So we gotta do a particular sequence
Looks
of
like there's
events.
a route up ahead.
We gotta look up, then we gotta operate the crane, then we got to try
Yeah, how do we
to
get
free
there?
the rail log.
We need something for a
Then we gotta
foothold.
do something kind of silly with it. So I'm gonna examine the crane. It's a rusty crane. And now I'm going to operate said crane. Which is very dangerous given how close Iris is to the very rusty crane. And then that happens, which is just dandy. But what it actually does is it reveals a shovel. We go and dig it. It's
It's
imagining
not waking
things. I've
up.
also got spare batteries in case they actually
Come
do
free. They're
break.
stuck.
Can't anything be done to break them apart?
So we're going to use our handy dandy shovel to scoop lava onto the metal.
Maybe I can use the shovel.
I don't know if
Ray,
shovels can do
what
this.
happened?
I don't
It's okay.
think they
I'll
can.
take care of it.
Can shovels do this? Does anyone know? Can they pick up like a decent glob of like lava and move it a certain distance before disintegrating? Up here in this area specifically, there was like you'll notice my, like if you're paying attention to how much the ash in my lungs builds up, it's really quick in this area for some reason, but just this area. Short answer is no. Help the small girl. Yeah, probably.
All right.
I doubt
Right over
that
there
shovel
below
was a
the cabin.
specialized shovel.
Okay.
So I'm just going to quickly run into here before my lungs give out. I'm going to take this key. I'm going to clear my lungs with a good slap. Yeah. And then I'm going to go over here and open this door. And I'm going to start what is effectively a chase sequence, because Iris is going to be very silly and she's not going to follow me. She's going to
open.
instead
Iris,
go her
let's
own
move
way.
on.
And that's going to cause problems that I have to resolve, because I'm the responsible adult here. So I've gone up. And the lava's coming down. But she, in her panic, runs down. So I have to save her. So I'm going to stand and wait here for her to get into position.
It won't open. It's no good. It still won't open.
Hang on!
Game's going to tell me to shoot the lock. I'm going to shoot the lock. Just in case you're wondering, no, I can't shoot her. The game, like, just has the bullets glance off of her.
Now!
Oh god! I can't!
get to watch the lava. It hasn't reached the gate yet until... So I've freed her, but it's only just now reached the gate where it would kill her if I hadn't been able to shoot the lock. Shoot the lava. Now stop it. It's the most American answer I've ever heard. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. This game likes suspense and... They're not the... In this game, the white and black striped barrels are the explosive ones. Those are the non-explosive.
Sorry to put you through all this.
It's okay.
It's okay. Whoop, whoop. Don't turn around. Forget that it rotates you the correct way. We did it, fam. And there's the volcano. Very important gun. No, I'm not going to save my progress, but I am going to upgrade equip down volcano. Yes. Very, very important. I'm also going to improve my skills and improve capacity. Implement. So, if you notice for just a second, it said 1 of 2, which means I have 3 rockets for that whole thing. Not great, but rockets are pretty cool. So we're going to come across the next, I guess, disaster. It's a sub-disaster caused directly by volcanic eruptions. It is called a lahar, or a mudslide.
She have fallen in? It's my fault.
Lahars are extremely dangerous. They can flow tens of meters in a second. They have been known to go up. They can also be known to be up to 140 meters deep. This particular one is merging with a river, which is why it is the way it is, because most lahars actually have the consistency of wet concrete, in that it that was really fast. Lahars are usually like wet concrete in that it's liquid when moving, obviously very thick, and then solid when it stops moving. The games wants you to I got the frog outfit, which is what you get from saving Iris really quickly in that minigame. You are meant to, like, if you can't save her fast enough, you're meant to rise up for air and then go back down and chase after her, and you can basically keep doing it for as long as you need to. I don't think there's an actual, like, end point for that.
What's happening? I'm gonna check on the cockpit.
So suddenly we're in a plane. My understanding of the plot is you're a goal of rescuing Lisa, your best friend's sister, has now aligned with stopping Surge, who have a nuclear warhead and are intending on detonating it in the US unless they get what they want, which I think was money or something like that. I can't remember. So you're being airdropped. And there goes my parachute. You're being airdropped into Port Alex, which is where they've holed up.
There has to be a parachute somewhere.
It's not too far from where you were, I think. That man to the left over there, he's the guy I was mentioning that gives you the tickets. The shooting range tickets. So if I spoke to him, I think I get the minigun one? Or is it the pulse gun? I think it's the pulse gun, and then the last time you see him, it's the minigun. Open your parachute. So now we're going to parachute in during what looks like a pretty bad situation. If you're thinking, man, it's really windy out here, it's because there's actually a hurricane happening. You know, just goes. Just gotta make sure that the circle stays relatively close to me. This is riveting gameplay, I can tell you. Come on. I'm being tricked by the wind. There's not really much to say regarding that. We're going to move into the next natural disaster caused by torrential downpour. It's a flood. Oh, pardon me. Shoutouts to 6:30 AM.
Stop yawning, you're gonna make me fall asleep.
Man, I'm so tired.
I say as I definitely almost fell asleep during that last section, not gonna lie.
Wow.
I've been
Sorry,
awake
my
for
game
nearly
is so
24
boring.
Actually, no, I've been awake for over 24 hours now.
Mate,
So,
what are you doing?
It's not my fault. I had graveyard shift for yesterday as well, and then I had work today. So I just like had marathon, like half an hour, work all day, and then marathon again. So like
Doing those hard yards for the marathon.
I am very fortunate to be in a position where I can donate my time, and I'm more than happy to do it. The fact that I am almost falling asleep, you know, it can be rectified when this run is over by going to sleep. And so,
Missed that.
there you go, man.
The enemy must not succeed at any cost!
That's alright, we're just shooting bad guys.
What an annoying bastard! Cover me while I fall back!
No shooting, please.
If Serge is here, that means Lisa is here too. Just as
So
Evan said.
yeah, there is torrential downpour, which is causing this area to flood.
Due to the hurricane, heavy rain has invaded.
Oh yeah,
The river
heavy
has
rain is hitting
flooded its
because of a
banks,
hurricane.
And much of the surrounding area has been submerged beneath the rising water. The heavy rain shows no sign of stopping, and we can only speculate on what lies ahead. It seems that most of the residents have been evacuated.
Trying to think. Let's see. Oh, after this shooty bit, I might do a quick fun fact,
Contact! We're moving in!
because everyone likes fun facts. There's gonna be a rocket launcher dude at the bottom. Here it is. Rude. I'm also, you can see that my shots aren't landing when they should be.
Don't let up on your attack! Fire! Keep firing!
I have a lot of free time to
Don't hold back!
reload, thankfully. There goes a shadow enemy. It's irrelevant. The special items that I pick up, the special weapons that I'm getting, they cannot be upgraded or edited in any way. They have fixed stats. So I can't upgrade the rocket launcher I have unlocked. I would have to get the actual normal rocket launcher
somewhere
to be able to upgrade it. But that takes way too much time. He's a lovely couple that are enjoying some private time. I would do that too if I saw a grown man suddenly in my window.
Gathering, huh? Though that boat might be useful.
Got it! Now kill it!
You can save them, which I think is you talk to them and tell them to go to higher ground, and then they do that. Presumably, they don't care that there's gun-toting bad guys in their apartment block.
Fire! Fire!
Call for backup! Damn it, he's tough!
I am tough, thank you for pointing that out.
We're moving in! Keep your power
payback time. This game's dialogue cracks me up. Whoop. There we go. Oh, he gets him in the shoulder. Yeah, yeah. Nope. Dude just clubbed me with a gun. Rude. This flood is an aerial flood, which is caused when the intake of rain is greater than that of which a city or a town or an area can drain said water. It's one of the most common types of flooding that is known of. This flood later becomes a category known as a catastrophic flood, which occurs when a natural source of large sum of water, for example, a dam, breaks. Because there's a dam near here that breaks. In like 5 minutes.
We have breaking news. Due to the heavy downpour, the Green Lake Dam's water level has reached its limit. The possibility grows that it may collapse beneath the pressure.
It is now collapsed, and this is now a catastrophic flood. So I'm going to save the other dog in the game. So there's 3 dogs that you can save. I forced to save 2 of them. And then the bus conveniently blocks the water. Good on you, bus. Saved the doggo. What else? There's one more, I guess, it's not really a fun fact, but it is a fact about floods. The deadliest flood, the top 4 deadliest floods in recorded history have all happened in China, and the worst one was the 1931 China floods, which killed over 2.5 million people, which is insane to think about. That's so many people for what is effectively just large amounts of water. I think it's something to do with one of their major river systems, from what I've read. I don't remember. Yeah, China is prone to flooding, and when it floods, it's bad. I don't think I've ever killed that unit before it can make its way there. And I know you can.
Time to turn up the heat.
Stop shooting me, it hurts. But yes, that's all the fun facts I could find out about floods. They're not that exciting.
Oh no, someone's inside.
This person, this in-game character, is the hardest one to rescue because he is like, you don't actually save him in this scenario. He becomes a rescuable character after this scene happens. He's over the side of the bridge, so he's very hard to see. You then need to run to one end of the map, grab an item, come all the way back, and then do a mini game to save him.
Time is running out. God damn it!
It's pretty insane. And he just, for some reason, has the most amount of effort required to be saved. So, I think, I'm pretty sure he also gives you an increase in maximum life when it happens.
Shit. The driver. Is he all
It's
right?
weird. You go through this procedure of like saving the driver from the truck, but then the game doesn't force you to actually save the person. You can just do it first, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So what I did was I circumvented a cutscene that if you try to just walk towards the exit, you come into a
Guard
cutscene
squad
where
here.
Ray goes, like,
Subject is
sees
in
a
the
whole lot of
vicinity.
bad
Find him
guys and
and
goes,
arrest him. Whatever you
I'm gonna
do,
take a
don't
different
let
route.
him
And
near
he
the
comes up here
church.
where there
Roger
are a
that.
lot of bad guys.
Church. So their hideout is a church.
He says out loud.
Fire!
God damn it!
Macy, what happened? I can hear gunshots.
How the hell did he find us?
Guard squad, come in. We heard gunshots. Are you exchanging fire with the subject? I repeat,
Yes.
don't let him get near the church. Get rid of him now.
You know, good thing they told me about the church, because I wouldn't have known where to go.
What a tough son of a bitch.
Dang, I got a really bad roll on damage for that. I also think when the shotgunners with the white full head bandana, the gun blocks most of their head, which makes it very hard to actually hit them in the head. So sometimes it looks like I've hit them, but I've actually hit their gun.
We found him. Get into position.
There's too many. How can I possibly take them all out?
So I have to shoot a certain number of enemies before it lets me end this fight. Is it gonna let me?
Shit. They just keep coming. It's useless fighting like this.
I forget how many you have to kill, but it's an annoyingly large number. Yep, here we go.
Alright. Get that. It'll all be over. Bad luck.
Nice. Just deep fried a lot of them. Now I can leave. That was that level. Wait. Yes. No. Yes. Yes? No. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember the exact, like, chronological order of this level. Because this one kind of merges with the other two that are either side of it, so my brain sort of, like, deletes information pertaining to it. Don't worry about that low battery thing, it's a load of nonsense. This jumping section's actually oddly difficult because of the way, like, Ray moves and how his jump works.
Green Lake Dam has collapsed, and we are issuing a flash flood warning for its surrounding areas. We believe that all land below the dam will soon be submerged. All remaining residents are advised to reach higher ground immediately.
Okay, that was alright. That was, like, a jump that I'm kind of concerned about, just in the sense that it's kind of silly when you fail it, because it looks goofy. And I don't want to look goofy.
Don't let him through! Here we go! Now! Don't lose him! Stop it right here!
You can flick shot him. I can't, like, narrow zoom aim when I'm in motion. What was that? Oh, weird.
Reinforcements, huh?
Backup is here!
Yeah, so I'm playing on normal difficulty. There are two difficulties above that, hard and survivor? Survivor mode? Survivor mode is the mode where if you get shot, like, once, you die. Very hard. Hard is what I would consider to be the good, like the best kind of balance between the realism of being shot at by a lot of people and being able to fight them off, because it comes down to like better play. Like you gotta jump out, shoot them, and hide and shoot them. This is the first time we get to use the rocket launcher, as it is the first boss we come across. So I'm gonna quickly switch to him.
Come on, let's have a little dance.
Oh,
Doesn't seem
there's
like
the
you're
other
gonna
cat.
let me through, huh?
Yeah! Reminds me of my days in the Green Berets.
Green Berets. Mercenary, huh?
This
Well, let's
kitty
have
cat
fun.
is Kira.
My hero. I don't care. It's this way. Is that all you've got, hero?
Cat. This guy's very rude, and he's also kind of unpredictable in terms of what it is he does. Ah, come on.
He is good.
Okay, there we go. That was alright. This here is Kira. She loves me a lot. Don't you, baby? Yes. That's all the upgrading I will need to do for this game, for this run. Yes. Thank you, baby. Kira, I need you to behave. I know it's like the morning and it's perfect
finally
cuddles time,
here.
but if you
She
rest
has
on
to
my
be
arm like you're
somewhere
about
there.
to, and I have to do
Wait for
running,
Lisa.
you're gonna get shaken. Cats don't care. Well, this cat doesn't. Just sit in my lap. You got your sister's fur on you. Yes? I'm getting headbutted. The professor that was traveling with the people has been killed. Shock.
Oh no, Professor Davis? He's dead.
I don't know why they kill
sorry.
him. I really don't.
I hope Lisa's still alright.
But Lisa is kept alive? Very strange.
Oh shit! The flooding! If I don't do something... What can I do? Think. Come on.
So I gotta
Think.
examine
What the
the
hell?
wall before
This
I can
wall
grab the crowbar.
must lead somewhere.
Another scenario where the sequence has to be done in a particular order. My cat desperately wants to rest on my arm, as she normally does. He's not dead, he's just sad. Well, now he's drowning, if he is just sad. He'll swim out, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So you get to do underwater movement. It's not too bad compared to most games with underwater movement. But I am caught on the edge of that box, which is more an issue of me going fast. Yeah, kitty cat?
That was close.
Now I gotta go get my guns because I was captured and I lost my weapons. Thankfully they left it in this nice shed just outside. Just gonna break this box, which has my gun.
This is it. This is my gun.
There are many
All right,
like it,
Serge.
but this
I'm
gun
coming
is
to get
mine.
you.
voice actor and the character don't match up.
Is Surge inside? Lisa too?
Not really sure what the intended one. I know that this game never got released in the US. I couldn't tell you why. I just know that it didn't. Yes. Wait, cat's just staring at me like human pet.
Shit! No matter what we do, he's just a persistent bastard. Order from the major. Go get that son of a bitch. Copy that.
Going in. Copy that. Just don't do anything stupid. Damn, he's tough.
That wasn't too bad. I mean, I missed a lot, but I'm expecting to miss a lot at this point. Thankfully, on normal difficulty, the punishment for being shot isn't too bad. It's only really bad in one particular fight where there's a lot of shotgun wielding people, and the damage steps up on that fight. So it suddenly becomes very bad.
Lisa, she's up there?
Water's filling up. We're now at chest height. Bam!
Finally made it. Lisa's right over there.
Don't give the bastard time to rest.
Ba-da-da-dun.
So you're for real, huh?
Don't leave your post. Okay, time to finish him off.
See, like, the damage isn't really, like, ticking hard. When I get to the stage I was mentioning, the damage ticks up quite a lot. So that's when I have to be a bit more, like, jump out of the cover, shoot, go back in, so... So, we saw the person with the keys to her handcuffs. We shot him, and he's interactable as opposed to just fading into nothingness. But we need to go up to her first before we can interact with him to try and find the keys. Oh, the way that guy ragdolls is always silly looking. So here's the guard that we saw the keys on. We're gonna check. And the keys are gone. Now, given how fast the water's rushing, that's very, very bad. The keys could be anywhere. Thankfully, the keys have put themselves in one very easy spot. Just in this little corner. Complete with giant neon exclamation mark sign. This game best represents 2020? Yeah. 100%. The year of crisis. Oh, I didn't go to the right angle. That's alright. Underwater travel is not too bad. I get a full minute and a half to do what takes me half a minute. And the reason why, when I redo levels, for the purposes of like replayability and the like, a lot of the signs in this level are actually scattered around in the underwater section, so you kind of need to grab them in the time limit and then save them.
We can get out through the window.
God, that's such a good kick.
Hurry!
Yeah. I don't know why he goes under the water to go through the window when the window is as tall as he is. We did it. We saved Lisa. That said, I think she immediately gets recaptured. Like, instantly. It is now the Port Alex Hurricane, or Hurricane Erin.
Surge cars. Maybe they'll leave me to Lisa.
The in-game description for Erin states that it was a Category 5 hurricane before hitting the coast, which meant it would have had winds of up to 222 kilometers per hour, sustained for over 10 minutes at a time.
The winds in Port Alex have reached speeds of up to 120 miles per hour.
Well, there's your in-game description of how fast the winds are. But, needless to say, the game points out that if this hurricane were a Category 5 when it hit land,
Looks like a ghost town. Now that everyone's been evacuated.
Ray would not be able to stand.
I just got done being chased a while back, but now it's my turn to do some chasing.
Excuse me, Mr. Carr. This game has mild rubber banding in terms of the chase sequences. Basically, the cars have a normal speed which is lower than your max speed, but when you are a certain distance away from them, too close, they pick up speed to match yours along whatever path it is that you're traveling. So that way you can kind of catch them in decent time if you lose them. But, like, in reality, you can't properly catch them. Cat, you are picking a very bad time to reposition yourself. Whoa, that was low. All you have to do is go straight. Oh, okay. Whew.
They got away, but getting here is good enough. Those bastards must have headed toward downtown. Guess I'll have to walk. Oh well, what's a
You'll
little
have to
hurricane
walk.
gonna do?
What's a little hurricane got to do? I mean, he's dealt with so many hurricanes. So, a hurricane is actually officially known, like scientifically known as a tropical cyclone. So, that's the only real distinction for it. They occur in the Atlantic Ocean, the northeastern Pacific Ocean. Typhoons occur in the northwest Pacific, the South Pacific, and the Indian Oceans. So there's your differences between those.
Shit, I can't breathe. What a windstorm.
This is the bit that gets me. He has a sniper rifle in a hurricane. Surely the bullet would be affected by that.
I'm right here. Come and get him.
See if you can get me.
And I want to whack the remote into my cat who is sitting on my right leg.
Very good.
So you see, he is the best AWPer in his region. I accidentally muted myself instead of making another joke.
Not gonna get away this time.
That is the level of tired we have reached.
Excellent.
The wind
It's alright,
is too
we're
strong.
almost there.
Visibility is down.
Keep your head up. Don't lose sight of him.
Oh my lord, I couldn't shoot that man to save anyone.
Copy that. I'll take cover.
Ow. I would like to stop taking damage.
What happened? Things aren't looking good.
See, that's good shooting.
Not sure. Just hold them off.
Oh, that flick shot on that. Oh.
One after another.
Game. Ooh.
Running out of ammo.
Paraphrasing Wikipedia. You know it, dude. I got a lot of my facts from the Wikipedia. Cyclones rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and rotate clockwise in the southern hemisphere. So there you go. Ain't that wild. Ow! Sir, that's my health that you were
Strong.
destroying.
Shoot him. He's in the same situation as us. Copy that.
Damn it. This is not the kind of job I expected.
My brain just stopped working. I was like, how do I shoot?
We've almost got it. Take him out.
Didn't want to take those shots. I couldn't remember if he stood out from the side or if he jumped over the top. Not that I... Ooh, that was risky. Ha! There you go. But then these people turned around and released, they released Xenoblade Chronicles, so, you know, all's well that ends well, I guess. So I gotta go to the door to trigger this cutscene, where that poster board crushes someone. And I gotta save them so I can get their key, so I can go through the door. Sturdy man. The highway, the one that isn't flooded. Yeah, he gives me the key that allows me to continue. He did mention a friend who's like up on the highway somewhere, and there is someone I can rescue that's on the highway. But that takes time, so I'm not going to rescue that man. Sorry, person I just saved.
I'm sure they got another nuke tucked away. I wonder if it's around here.
Is it really safe to fly a helicopter in a hurricane? I don't think so. What do you think?
Death. But you know what? This game lives
On the edge.
moment to moment, on the edge, balls to the wall, and I respect the hell out of that. It's a
This is
non-stop,
a live report from the
high-octane
city of
thrill
Fort
ride.
Alice. The record-breaking hurricane Aaron just hit here a
And
little over an hour ago.
Bloody good on it.
The
Bloody
rain
good
is so
on it.
heavy, I can barely see. The winds are so loud. Are you getting this? It feels like I'm gonna get blown away any minute. I can barely stand.
I can barely stand your commentary. Ooh, got him. My cat is really determined to interfere with the speedrun.
Easy. You fall, you're dead.
Okay. Just gonna very quietly, very carefully.
Shit. Feels like I could get blown away any minute.
Cat wants to make sure I'm 100% going fast. Yep. We did it. Hurricanes have a measure that they use that's very similar to that of earthquakes and volcanoes. Like your magnitude increasing style. This one is like the highest category. Hurricanes are powered by warm water, which is why when they get to land, they decrease in power substantially because there's no warm water. So, you know. Ow. Kira. No clawing. Yeah. Cat just wants to be featured in the speedrun, don't you, baby? Be sure to stand up and stretch and have some water.
Damn wind! Can't move!
Around the corner and we're good. She's just upset because she didn't get to sleep with us because she was probably sleeping downstairs while I was having a nap. Didn't realize I was in bed. So you can like open these doors in this hotel for like random stuff. Just kind of weird. Like people are like, here you go. That person in that corner is an optional rescue. He has a heart attack as soon as you talk to him, much like the old lady, so we're not going to talk to him and he won't have that heart attack. Logic.
Damn. Trouble's here. An ambush. It's too dangerous to leave this building. Going out there would be suicidal. What
Haven't
now?
really played Final
I need to
Fantasy
get to that
15.
building somehow.
Not a Final Fantasy kind of guy.
Maybe this will work. It's a little risky. Let's give it a try.
So we gotta cross by using Plink. Because they've set up a turret at the door. So, you know. The logical conclusion is to not
There he is! Kill him!
walk into that.
The enemy's been found! Open fire!
Oh my lord, my aim.
This way!
I don't know who the voice actor is for Ray.
Do not let him through!
See, that's better. 2 flick shots? Easy.
He's here!
Someone's hit!
Forgot that old mate props up behind him. Wester pulled his speedrun, that's all. For reasons relating to, well, Wester alone.
What a tough son of a bitch!
We have filled in his time slot though, so there, I believe it will be Splatoon 2, the Octo expansion single player campaign speedrun, ran by Duck, which is a good experience. We apologise for any inconveniences caused, but
Looks like those bastards are beginning to
we hope you
panic.
understand.
What's he up to?
You're hosting? Ah, yeah. Duke's a chill dude.
From the storm zone downtown. A report just came in. Apparently a large-scale gunfight is going on in the middle of the city. An unidentified man has been seen fighting against what appears to be an armed military group. The details are still unclear as to why this man is fighting. We will continue with further evidence of this as it unfolds.
I can be hit by these debris, and it will hurt me.
Watch out for flying debris! Damn right! Get hit there! Stop it!
Dang it. David Vincent.
It feels like I'm gonna get blown away. Stand firm! Let's show 'em what Surge is all about!
What are they up to now?
I'm gonna die. Well, that was close. That crane kills me if it gets into position, because he just drops something on me. I was so thrown. I was so thrown by, like, my cat sitting on my arm that I couldn't shoot the dude in the head. And I don't know why it shouldn't impact me. I have had debris bounce off the geometry in a very particular angle and hit me as I was approaching the crane. It doesn't kill you, it hurts. My immersion is broken. It would have been funny if debris like flung out and smacked one of the guys. Oop. Steady as she goes. This is some Mirror's Edge level shit going on right here.
Lisa, I'll keep my promise this time.
Flying tables are scared of bullets. Yep. That's the theory I'm going with now. You right, cat? Have you settled? No, you're gonna headbutt me in about 3 seconds. Alright, so this is like the last good and proper difficult gunfight.
This is it. Let's get rid of it right here. Copy that. Take position and hit it with all you
So I
got.
gotta be careful.
Copy that.
And my cat is making sure that is not the case.
Our hero is here. Damn it! What a persistent son of a bitch!
She keeps wrapping her leg around my cables.
Looks like they want to end everything here as well.
Ooh, careful. Ow. Cat. Oh, cat. Oh my lord.
Damn! There are too many of them. What happened? You done already?
Oh lord.
Attack! Kill that bastard!
That extra health was very good. A little bit. Ooh.
Fire! Keep firing! Damn! This never ends.
please. I know you want to be a part of it. So that's a checkpoint. Very important that I pick this checkpoint. This bit, I have to kill a certain number of the enemies. If I just wait for them to be killed, nothing happens. I have to be the one to execute this.
Here I go.
It's a bit chaotic. Basically, the army is now helping me.
Control break formation. Concentrate your firepower and exterminate the enemy.
Okay. Rearrange, reposition.
These guys are all experts. You're more than welcome to stay behind.
How many times do I have to tell you that?
Well, show us what you got there. Just make sure you come back in one piece. Got it? Good. Secure the course right away. Roger. Let's clear out the enemy ahead.
This is Alpha 3. We've got the snipers. We're going in.
Roger. Let's show Surge what we're all about.
All right, let's do it.
They're approaching the pier. Stop them by any means. Shit, they're a tough bunch.
Okay. That's not friendly. Fight. A lot of things can go wrong. So we just run all the way through. It's pretty good. Splits say that I'm doing alright for time, which is good. Yeah. This is the part where I get to reveal this game took place over 24 hours. So he dealt with an earthquake, a firestorm, a tsunami, a second tsunami, and then he dealt with a volcanic eruption, pyroclastic flow, a lahar, a flood, and a hurricane. All in 24 hours.
Evans must be on the ferry.
Because, you know, why
We're
wouldn't
about
you?
to hit the 24-hour mark since the massive earthquake hit
Completely
Blue Ridge
normal.
City, and
Seriously,
we are still
interesting.
unable to assess the extent of the damages inflicted as a result. The flooding continues around Painesville, and the areas surrounding Port Allen
Just
continue
another
to
day in
endure severe
2020.
damage in
The
wake
game
of
doesn't
the
have a
hurricane.
specific
It
date
has been a
or
long day, but our struggle
a
is still
year
not
for
over
this,
as we
so
all
it
face
could
an
be
uncertain
2020.
future while we attempt
Also, I don't know
to
what
seize
up,
these
what's up with
nightmarish
this fight, and why it happens, but this guy comes out like some sort of arch nemesis and challenges you to a friggin' fist fight. What comes up is random, so I do have to somewhat pay attention. I don't know who this person is, and I don't know why that fight happens, but it does.
Stop it!
He just gets the shit beaten out of him.
Roger.
If only you weren't here.
Not here to kill you. I'm only here to save her.
Shut up!
Yeah, they're very sturdy, as you can tell. Their HP is now so high that a zoomed-in headshot with the heavy does not kill him.
Attack! Kill that bastard!
I missed it. I took a risk on that second shot. He could have very easily hit me.
They may have beaten us, but we're not finished yet. Let's show them the true Surge pride. Hey, what's the matter with the Major's up to anymore? Let's get that bastard and protect our pride.
There we go. The best strat is to line up the shot with sequential peaks and then pop out and shoot in the tree. It's much easier when your firearm skill is maxed because you pop out of cover very quickly. So please stop shooting me. Oops. Ow. He shot me a lot of times. That's all. We got there. And now we board the ferry. So the plot is, up until this point, we've been chasing Evans to A, get Lisa back, B, get back this nuke that he has, apparently, that he's planning on detonating, and he's put it onto the ferry as well. It's Lisa. So we've chased him on, but we're the only people that have made it onto the ship other than Surge members. So we have to fight off the entire army ourselves. And it's fine. Just another day in the life of Ray.
Shit! It's moving!
It's Olsen. What's your position?
I'm on the ferry. He's here.
Got it. I'll send a unit over.
When you play those radio sounds from the Wiimote, it's like a completely different sound file. It's so good.
No idea.
Shit. They got us this time.
It also has that horrible Wiimote like quality.
Okay. So what's your plan?
I'm going all the way in to save Lisa.
But we're gonna
All by
take the
yourself?
elevator.
Yes, the sole reason for coming here.
Oh, jeez. There's no hope for this guy.
Ding dong.
You son of a...
Unfortunate,
How
mate.
welcoming. Sorry, I
Yeah,
gotta
just
go.
like a walkie-talkie, or like your
Be
gun
real
when you
careful.
shoot, because it
You
makes
got
the
this
gun
far
noises.
already, so don't get yourself killed just yet.
And now we get to enjoy Ray spinning.
Olsen, can you hear me?
I'm here, but the ferry is going farther out to sea. We'll be losing the signal soon. Listen, you better come back in one piece. We don't need no dead hero. You got that? How about joining me for a drink? We've still got a lot of issues to talk about. I put my ass on the line for you, and it almost cost me my...
Olsen! Got it. I'll finish the job and return in one piece. Okay.
The whole time he's just spinning around. Waggle. Sorry, we're nearly there, folks. Oh, that did not do nearly enough damage. Oh, his body block. Oh, reload. Why is the stream upside down? I almost put my webcam upside down, but I would have gotten yelled at.
Surge! Time to finish this! This is the end! For you and for us! The Surge spirit will never die!
There's a lot of people in this supposedly defunct group, military group. For the most part, that's like the majority of the gunfights in the game done. I have one boss fight left. Oh, I think I was meant to swap. No, whatever. Is that right? Like 3 hours ago when I was putting ridiculous amounts of bullets into them. Yeah.
What a spectacle! Don't you agree, Ray? Damn! Wait!
And just when you thought the game couldn't get any more wild and out of control,
Hey, Ray!
we've got one more surprise for everyone here.
What?
It's Metal Gear.
An experimental toy from the Marines' arsenal. This ferry provides transportation for our nuclear warheads. It's our lifeline, so to speak. Have to be prepared in case of emergency. And don't you agree? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the wind has picked up and it's gotten even stronger. Fun, fun, fun!
Fun, fun, fun.
What's wrong, Ray? Getting scared?
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Why did you kill the colonel? It was my duty. He wasn't still alive, Ray? Are you dying? Maybe I can help you. I think you're getting a little out of your league here. The fun's just getting started, don't you think, Ray? Besides, my mission isn't over yet.
Dodge. Yeah. Ah! Grazed it. Lame. I'm just gonna reload this. Reload this. Oh, I interrupted the reload. Come on. Dodge. The unfortunate thing is that the rocket launcher has an incredibly long reload time, and that can be detrimental. Yes. Okay, that's the good one. This should be it if I can hit him. Yeah, done. Alright. Not time. Not. Oh, we've still got a bit to go. Gotta make one shot and then I gotta do a run.
What do you think?
So I now have to kill him in arm-to-arm combat because of course he's not friggin' dead. And then I gotta escape the ferry. How is he alive? I don't understand. Alright. This is it. It all comes down to this fight. Man versus machine, with me being the machine and Evans being the man. Of course, the entire fight is a quick time event.
What's wrong, Ray?
If I fail some of these, I take damage, and that's pretty much it. But after a certain point, if I make a mistake, I die instantly. So, you know. You say you're a Taz? Ray's the Taz, I'm not. I'm just pretending I can control him.
Well, come on. Calm down, Ray. What's your hurry? Let's have
Now. Chick. Man, it's wet and windy out there. No kitty cat. It's very close until I'm done. The sun is starting to rise. I can see it through my window. That's alright, let's shake off with this. Now stab him with his own knife. Alright, from this point on, if I make a mistake, I die, because he stabs me with a knife and kills me. One of the costumes you get for Ray is called Mechanical Ray, and he is basically unkillable when it happens. There we go. Counter and swing, and this ends this fight. I don't know. Does it? Yeah, it is, because you do some... You do the jumping punch. Oh, Lord. So the best part is about all of this, and I'm just going to spoil this for you guys, but you don't get to kill Evans. Someone else kills him. Someone comes in at the last second and just bops him for free. And you're just like, excuse me? That was my kill?
I'll stop it at any cost.
We're almost there. We've got... I've gone over estimate. Oh no. No, well, whatever. A lot of my time lost, coincidentally, was actually the driving section, escaping Mount Rosalia, and a lot of the gun sections. I was missing like shots here and there, and those were like a few seconds that were adding up because
Shit.
I'm tired. Okay, leave me alone. That's my excuse. That's alright. We're almost done. It's almost done. We got plenty of time saves further on as well. Set up blocks and the buffers, you name it. Where is it? There it is. I don't know why it makes me go through this sequence. Eh. And the bathroom break. No. That was timed in. I timed that. I 100% timed that. I'm not really saying what the plot is currently because it's kind of an enjoyable surprise.
Do you copy? This boat is going to sink any minute now. Hurry up.
Alright.
You gotta be kidding. There's water here too?
Any percent of the bathroom break? No, I did what was mandatory. Toilet and then washing your hands. I didn't do any skips. You disgusting mongrels. Don't wash their hands after the bathroom. So I get this toolbox that has a large number of things in it.
Sorry, did that text box say to stop the bomb?
No! You've been spoiled the surprise! Because now we get to defuse a nuclear warhead.
I'm in love with this game.
So after everything you've been through, you've stopped a terrorist organization, you fought back 6 or 7 natural disasters, it's been one hell of a day. But now, you gotta defuse a nuclear warhead. But first, we gotta drag it out of the water. Nah, he doesn't do it underwater. That would be a bit too much. Just a bit. That's crossing the line.
Let's get started. Move quickly and be careful. Got it?
Got it.
You'll have to unlock the device first. Okay, can you see the panel? I'm gonna give you an 8-digit key code to input.
I got it.
Okay, here we go.
3085
5
1731.
1731.
I 100% have to
Let's
do
do
this because I'm stupid and can't remember numbers. 3085 1731. one. I'm also recording every code that I come across. I've never seen the same code more than once.
All right, it's unlocked.
Has it stopped?
Yes, the clock stopped.
Don't talk and nobody explodes DLC. It's a good game. Good game.
What's going on?
What happened?
I don't know. The timer started moving again.
What?
So the Colonel is explaining to us how to defuse the bomb as we go through it. Colonel's
Check underneath the surface.
Colonel being the one who killed Evans
Okay,
instead
I'll
of
unscrew
us.
it and check.
However, there is a rather annoying fact of that he takes his sweet ass time to tell us how to defuse the bomb. So I already know how to do it, and the turning is not working. Oh, that's better. Yes. So I'm gonna try and jump the gun on this. That said, if I stuff this up, I have to start the nuclear warhead turn. I have to start it from this point. Yeah, the checkpoint's
I
from
got
here.
the cover off, but there's another device underneath.
Shit. So the one until now's been a decoy. What do you say?
There are 6 color cords connected to the base.
Is that so? The key cord is a decoy also. Our efforts were in vain.
Damn it.
Take it easy. There's still a way to stop it.
Got it.
So just gotta...
Alright, cut the color cords first, but be real
I gotta do it when it's not lit up, obviously, and each of them have a different, like, light pattern. But that's just going left or right's the safest way to do it, because it gets harder as you go along. Alright. I'm behind. Like, I've gone over estimate. Normally I would play this out and be like, oh my lord, which cable do I cut? Because it's the red versus blue, and I'm 100% certain it's the red one. But we can wait it out.
Yeah, I see him.
I think it's the red one. Because... So he cuts out at this point, and you have to wait until the clock is like 10 seconds left, and you can ping the radio to try and call him, and it doesn't work until 10 seconds later when he goes in and goes, and he tells you what the answer is. Call the Colonel! Call the Colonel! Oh shit! It's the red one. It is always the red one. Yeah. I'm always cautious because every time I've done this run it has been the red one. But I'm always like, I wonder if it's actually a 50-50 and I've gotten red every time, and one day I'm going to do it and it's going to be blue and I'm just going to get destroyed. Because like, every other, like, the code has like 100 different combinations, but he hasn't got the voice line for cutting the blue cord. Yeah, it's the red one. It's always it. You also get an achievement for defusing the bomb really quickly, so I assume that's probably why it's the red one. Alright, after this chase sequence, the game is over, so there will be time coming up soon. Oof, that's not registering correctly.
I'm almost sad. It's the end of the goofy running.
It's so good. Everyone loves the goofy running. Yeah. Leg it, mate! Leg it! There we go.
What an absolute unit getting up those stairs.
Like 8 at a time. And that is game. Time!
Over here! Hurry!
Like a 308.
308, yep.
We did it. And I think the others are, yep, they're in the setup.
Yeah, everyone's been set up. I am like falling asleep at my desk. Thank you for having me, people. I'll let you say goodbye and then we'll get transitioned down, I reckon.
Thank you for having me. I hope you enjoyed the run. Be sure to stick around. There's basically 2 full days worth of speedruns left. We're raising money for charity. It's very good. I hope you enjoyed the run. stick around. I believe it is Splatoon is up next.
Yeah,
which is
Splatoon 2 is up next.
very good. Alright,
Awesome.
I'm out.
Alright, thank you. Goodbye.
There.
Yeah, Era